Join me on cruise and ride with me on the busy streets of Mumbai. Sail with me towards the sunset on the horizon. As we pass by, we come across many bits of street art spread across a vast, expansive wall. The graffiti is breathtaking, something you could truly get lost in, but something was missing. There were several areas of emptiness, some of which have been already been painted by artists who dare to pick up the brush and start painting. This artwork is truly moving, and the artists that painted it are skillful as well. But still, something was missing. As I parked my bike and stared at the wall, I could hear it calling for me, yearning for more. Hi, my name is Pratiksha, a renowned racer in the field of super bikes and supercars, popularly known as RacerChick. Riding is a special experience. Riding lets you feel the air against the wind, and also you can hear the rubber burn against the asphalt of the street. Riding is not just a machine from where you can travel from one place to another, but you get that adrenaline rush when you travel from one place to another. And in my case, I experience this rush when I am on the racetrack. Did you know that racing scenario in India? Racing in India has no female participation until just a few years ago. Female participation was almost completely devoid in the racing world. But here I am today, a living testament of how things have changed and barriers have been broken. Racing isn't just about crossing the finish line. It's a symphony of coordination, skill, and courage. While you are on the road, you hit the curve, and there's an adrenaline rush that goes behind it. And also, you can feel it. And in my case, I ignited this adrenaline rush in the year 2016. Despite having little knowledge about racing in India, I entered this world of racing. It was a push from my friends and family that kept me motivated, and this push let me take part in annual track racing championship. I started riding bikes at a tender age of just 14. I was not just mesmerized by the thrill of the speed, but also by the mechanics that felt under the hood. And this curiosity let me study automobile engineering diploma. I was the only female in my course, but I did complete the course, and during the course, my friend pushed me into motorsports. Later on, I even completed my mechanical engineering degree, along with taking part in motorsports. But throughout my journey of studies and motorsports, I was surrounded with very few women. Most of the people I worked with or raced or studied with were men. I had another adventure when I entered the field of motorsports. When I entered motorsports, I was mocked by my own friends. During my first race, I was a bit nervous, so I happened to jumpstart the race and I got disqualified. Later on, I found myself surrounded with mockings and bullying and tauntings. Racing for women is not an easy path. You go through a lot. Social media had both support and taunting as well. And I was surrounded with bullying and taunting all over social media. They said, "What a girl is doing in a man's world." They laughed, but I never stopped dreaming about my racing. Those laughs and those comments kept me captivated in my room for days. But then there was a knock on my room. My mother. She came to me and sat beside me. She said, "Let your bike be your brush and let every race be your masterpiece." I wanted to maximize this support and wanted to get into action and minimize the chatter. I was changing the narrative one lap at a time. Today, I stand before you as a proud part of India's first female racing team and also a proud winner of 2 women racing championships as well. Also, twice I was titled as India's fastest female of the year at India's Speedway Drag Racing Championship. Just like an artist shuts their critics by drawing some marvelous pieces, like the same way you should shut your naysayers by achieving victories. And in my case, I did that. I kept on taking part in races and kept on achieving those victories. I faced another challenge when I wanted a heavy motor vehicle license. I just wanted to drive a truck and bus and to get a license. But when I went to truck training centers, I was rejected. You know why? Just because I was a woman. I went on to inquire and research about the truck training centers, but all I got was rejections. Finally, after 2 years of researches and inquiries, I got to know about the TEDxSFIT Training Center, which is a government body. They did rejected me based on my gender. They took my admission and I went under 30 days of rigorous training. I rode that 36 feet long bus on Western Express Highway, on SV Road, Link Road, and on traffic as well. And after 30 days of training, I finally got my license. Little did I knew that I was even titled as Mumbai's first female bus driver. From the time I stared at that wall, I thought something was missing, and I went and grabbed a brush for myself and started painting that wall for myself. Thank you all for being an incredible audience. Let's race towards the future where gender is no barrier to the podium.